Yo, how's it going? So, I got back from London. Obviously, got back from my trip after seeing the Sonic Symphony. Hope you all had as much fun as I did when there. And today, I'm gonna be talking about my experience in London. So, I've got a few bullet points noted down here, because apart from those bullet points, this video is gonna be off-scripted. So, I got a few points down here, just so I don't get too lost. But if I end up stuttering throughout it, you know what? It's fine. I'll just cut out in post. It's whatever. So, before we talk about my time in London, we're going to actually talk about me getting to London, because, my god, that is a story in of itself. Because if you've been following me on Twitter, you would know that before I even got to London, I ended up missing my train, which was meant to be at 6:15. So what ended up happening is I actually left my phone at work, and due to it being rush hour at the time, it made it impossible for me to actually get my phone and get back to the train station all in time for me to catch my train, so I ended up missing it. Now, thankfully, the employees working there were super chill. They let me get on the next train free of charge. Well, I say free of charge, I still bought the ticket for the previous train, but they didn't make me buy a new one, so, you know, I see that as a win. Thankfully, I wasn't too late to London, and I still managed to get my taxi on time and arrive at the hotel, not super late, but later than expected. So the lesson of this very short story is, if you're planning on going somewhere, make sure you've got everything on you, because it may save you a trip and several headaches. Now, the hotel itself was a really nice place. It's actually the first hotel I've ever stayed at, but from my first experience, yeah, it was really good. I ended up staying at the Barbican Rooms, which is a hotel which is actually connected to Barbican Hall, which is where the symphony was taking place. So, you know, it was literally right across, like, right around the corner from the hotel I was staying at, so it wasn't a super long trip to the symphony itself, which is great, but the cost of that was the Barbican rooms were crazy expensive, so unless you got the money to spend, maybe look somewhere else. I bit the bullet though, because I'm probably not going to be coming back to London anytime soon, unless they do another event like this. So I didn't mind spending the extra money for a comfier place. Now, since it's all happened super late into the day, it was around 8 o'clock I actually arrived at the hotel, so I didn't have a lot of time to do anything in London. It was Saturday when the adventure truly began. So, like I mentioned a minute ago, I never actually experienced London. So I've been to London a few times in the past, mainly just for events, so whenever we arrived at the event, we go in and then just leave London without actually walking around. So this was my first time actually walking around London by myself at that, which from what I've been told by family members, it probably isn't the safest thing to do, but hey look, I'm alive and I'm telling you the story, so clearly I'm either just that guy or London gets too much of a bad rap. Nah, fuck it, London deserves the hate. But yeah, left my hotel around 9 o'clock, got some breakfast at this place called Leon's. It was alright. I probably won't go back to it anytime soon. It was okay, just okay. And yeah, walking around London, I'm gonna tell you this. The area I live in and the area I work in, like, it's pretty small, so London was fucking intimidating for me, like, I wasn't expecting the buildings to be as tall as they are. I think the tallest building where I live is probably like the smallest building in London. Like, it's mental. Like, it's actually crazy. So yeah, I did a little sightseeing, took a few photos, I'll put them up on screen now. And yeah, I was walking around London for like 2-3 hours until I actually arrived back at the hotel. Only to stay at the hotel for like half an hour, and then I went back out for lunch, so really, I probably should have just stayed out. There was no point in making the trip back to my hotel just to be there for less than an hour. But yeah, went back out. I tried Five Guys for the first time. Because yeah, there aren't any Five Guys locations in any of the areas I actually visit. So my hometown and the town I work in, none of them have a Five Guys there. So yeah, I got to try that for the first time. And it's pretty good. It was good. I probably won't have it all the time, but yeah, it was good. I'm gonna say this right now though, London is full of some dickheads. So I'm out walking to get some lunch right, and I passed this pub because remember, we're in the UK, so it is full of them. And this guy's wanted to walk in, and instead of waiting for me, because I was walking by the entrance, so I was closer to it than he was. Did he wait for me to walk by? No, because that would require you to use your fucking brain, and he walked into me. And did he apologize for it? No, of course he didn't. No, he didn't even acknowledge me, and he walked in anyways. I'm gonna say this now, because I was in such a good mood, I let him live. Look, I let it go. If I was in a bad mood, mate, I would have smoked his jaw, like, he would have been seeing stars. Nah, I'm taking the piss. Apart from that little thing, yeah, my time in London wasn't bad. I don't think that's really motivated me to go back anytime soon, unless they do another symphony there, which, by the way, they may be doing that, but I'll mention that after I explain my time at the symphony. And yeah, after lunch, I ended up just going back to the hotel, eating it there, and at the time I ate lunch, it was around 1 PM, so yeah, the symphony wasn't starting for another 7 or so hours. So I was just playing Sonic Frontiers for most of it, and man, time went slow when waiting. It was crazy. And before getting changed into my outfit, which I will throw up an image right now, just me wearing a Halloween shirt, so not really fancy or anything, I was thinking to myself, if people are going to be rocking up to this event wearing suits, I'm going to look like a right twat. So thankfully, I saw some mutuals on Twitter posting what they were going to be wearing, and yeah, I was like, shit, some of these are rocking full-on dresses, and here's me rocking a Halloween shirt. The only thing fancy about me were the jeans I was wearing, and even then, that's not really much. I didn't even have a tuxedo to wear, I just had a standard black jacket. But yeah, I was thinking too much into that. When I got to the event, many people were just wearing, you know, Sonic merch. And I saw actually 2 or 3 people wearing the exact same shirt as me. So clearly, like, they're either as unorganized as I am, or they have a good taste in clothing. Like, I'll let you decide. So yeah, 7 o'clock came around and I decided to head off then. Decided to get there an hour early because I didn't know if you had to get there before the event started. So I wasn't going to risk, you know, not being able to get in on time. And yeah, I arrived and it was crazy seeing so many Sonic fans there. Like, no, there aren't any Sonic fans around the area I live in, so seeing a whole building full of them was mental. It was crazy, but also pretty cool. So yeah, I spoke to many people, all of them being complete strangers, and yeah, we got along well. Unfortunately, I did kind of miss out on seeing some of my friends on Twitter. I wanted to meet some of you, so I really did, but yous were hidden. I just couldn't see any of yous. So yeah, it kind of sucks I missed out on that, but you know what, it's fine. There's always the next time. Then yeah, 8 o'clock came around and it was time to head into the event. And I would like to say the event started as soon as I sat down, but nah, we started to wait like 10 to 15 minutes for the show to actually begin. I'm assuming I was done just in case, you know, people were running late to the event, which, you know what, fair enough. Yeah, I like getting there an hour early for no reason. You know what, yeah, it's cool. But you know what, I didn't mind waiting. I ended up speaking to a couple people at the event who were sitting right beside me. I even asked one of them to take this picture of me. I'll throw it up on screen now, and I gotta say, that might be the best picture ever taken of me, and that's going in the album. But yeah, I got along with quite a lot of people there. I mean, it makes sense considering we share the same interests. And I know the Sonic community itself gets a bad rap, and from what I've seen, it is rightfully deserved in a lot of cases, but I'm telling you this, the fans that were there were some of the most wholesome people I've ever met in my life. They were super chill, and I kind of wish I had a way of keeping in touch with them, because yeah, a lot of them were really chill people. But after a while, the lights dimmed and the show began, and it was incredible. The melodies they did quite a lot of Sonic games. I think some of them were entirely new melodies as well, because I ain't seen the live stream in quite a while, but I don't recall some of them being there. The Frontiers one was definitely new, obviously, but I think there were some surprises thrown into there too. And yeah, the first act lasted, I want to say, around 30 to 45 minutes. It was, I can't remember. It went on for quite a while, but obviously if you were sitting there, went by a lot faster than you think. And after that, we got a nice 20-minute break before we had to go back in. And while I was on that 20-minute break, I actually ran into my biggest fan there, and I'll throw up a image of that now, because Just look how happy he is. Look how happy he was to see me. I made that kid's day right there. And yeah, after the break, we went back in, and that's when the vocal track started to play. And like I said before, that was an experience of a lifetime. I am never going to forget that. It was so crazy being in a crowd full of people singing along to Sonic songs. I've seen videos of it, but it is a whole different feeling when you're there in person. And those songs are part of the reason why I'm actually re-recording this, because I shredded my vocal cords in half singing along to that, because I went in. I've never had such an adrenaline rush before. It was mental. Absolutely mental. And I've got a few videos of that, I'll play some of those videos at the end of this, so you can get a feel of what the crowd was like, because it went wild. And yeah, there were a couple surprises in that part too. Breakthrough had all started playing, and I wasn't expecting that to be played up there, but hey, they did that, and I was literally jumping up and down when they played it. Great stuff. Fantastic work. And obviously, like the Symphony from 2 years ago, it ended off with Live and Learn being played live, and that was the peak of my life right there. Nothing's gonna top that. Yeah, nah, nothing's topping it. I was trying to think of something that could, but nah, nothing's topping that. And yeah, the event ended there, and I actually ended up staying around like an extra 10 minutes or so, because online earlier, like before the event started, I saw some people and they were actually taking pictures with Jun Sonoe and Atani, because they were at the event, and I was really hoping to get a picture of any of them. Sadly, I couldn't run into them. They either left or somewhere I just couldn't see them. Which, I missed my opportunity to get a picture of them. It sucks, but who knows? There could be a next time. No, actually, now that I talk about that, there may actually be a next time, because one of the lead people behind the Symphony actually made a post saying that the Symphony may return to London someday, and you bet your ass I'm getting my tickets as soon as they go live, because I can't wait to go again. And hopefully next time I get to meet some of you in person, because I totally fucked up my opportunity last time to actually do that. So that might be my calling. The second Symphony is my opportunity to meet some of you, and I can't wait for it. And obviously I know some of you who wanted to go to this one missed out, because tickets sold out crazy fast. Hopefully this will be your chance of getting tickets to the event, because I'm telling you this, your life will peak as soon as you get to the event. Yeah, I want to say the event was perfect, and don't get me wrong, it pretty much was, but there was one little flaw in the event. So most of you probably know that the London event had 2 events going on in the same day, one at 3:30 and one at 8. The one at 3:30 was actually listed up much later than the 8 PM one. Like, I think it was a week or 2 after. And one of the things that they promised would be at the event was merch you can purchase, and I was looking forward to that, because I don't think that's going to be stuff thrown up on the Sega shop anytime soon, so I was looking to get like a shirt or something like that. But no, I don't think they took an account for both events, because by the time the 8 PM event rolled around, all of the merch was actually sold out, and I was pretty upset about that, because I was looking forward to get some. I know a few other my mutuals on Twitter were looking forward to getting some as well, but they couldn't because their show was put up much later. And I get stuff happens, but considering how much time there was prior to those tickets going live and the event actually happening, I feel like they should have taken into account how much merch should be available, or at least restock it for the 8 PM show, because many of us were looking forward to getting that merch. But I will say right now, all hope is not lost, because the same person who mentioned that the event will come back to London also did mention that the merch issue is also getting sorted, and there should be an online store coming up in the next few days. So we won't miss out, we can get our merch. So I know a few of my friends on Twitter are happy for that. Harley at Whisperwolf, I know I'm talking to you. I know you was one of them as well who wanted to get the merch too. All hope is not lost, people. We stay winning. And after the event wrapped up, went back to my hotel. Struggled to get to sleep because I was still so goddamn hyped about that event. And Sunday came, and it was time for me to head back to my very boring life back in my hometown. At the end of the day though, 10 out of 10 event. And I cannot wait for it to happen again in London, because I will be at that one too. And I hope you all enjoyed it too, because we don't get many events like this in the UK, especially things relating to Sonic. So, you know, I want to say it was a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but considering it's going to return someday to London, it's not. So, you know, for those who missed out on the first time, here's your chance. Whenever those tickets go live, that is. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. I do appreciate you all for tuning in. This is my first attempt at a video format like this, so it's not going to be perfect, but we can only improve. But yeah, I'm going to end it off here now. I do appreciate you all for tuning in, and I will see you all whenever I next post. Till next time, people.